All right, we are live. So welcome back to Dapp University. So today is a historic day for the entire crypto space because the Ethereum merge is going to take place today. All right. This is the biggest upgrade in Ethereum's history. It's one of the biggest events in all of crypto's history. So I'm going to tell you everything you need to know in the stream today about the merge, like exactly when it's going to happen. How do you know if it actually worked? Okay. Where you can, attend a live stream viewing party for this, so much more. All right. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at a lot of updates that happened in the space since yesterday. Again, we do these live streams Monday through Friday on this channel. Just subscribe. Turn on notifications. You're going to find out about those whenever we go live. We're going to take a quick look at the crypto markets, answer some of your questions in the live chat here, and so much more. So, if you're new around here, hey, I'm Gregory. And on this channel, I turn you into a blockchain master. So if that's something that you're interested in, then smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to know how to master blockchain step-by-step start to finish, land your first blockchain job, then head on over to dappuniversity.com/bootcamp to get started today. All right, so let's see here. We got people jumping in the chat. We've got technically Kodia, Automatic Beats, Dale, YouTube vids. Let's see here. Anthony, Alden, Michael, Daniel, Tina. Welcome. All right, so let's jump into this. Again, today is a historic day for Ethereum. It's a historic day for all of crypto because Ethereum is switching to proof of stake today. All right, today. Now, depending on where you live, all right, depending on whether you are in the United States, Europe, Asia, etc., okay? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about exactly what's going to happen. How did you know if it worked? Where can you watch the merge live and actually monitor the progress? Okay. So, let's start off, first with, in case you're just not 100% familiar with what the Ethereum merge is, this is basically Ethereum switching to proof of stake today at the time of doing this live stream. Ethereum is proof of work. You have miners on the network who get paid to solve cryptographic puzzles to include transactions into blocks whenever you send cryptocurrency around, interact with smart contracts. That's how the blockchain runs now, but we are switching to proof of stake where, the miners are going away. You'll have validators who stake their cryptocurrency to the network to help validate blocks as new transactions come in, okay? Help secure the network, all that type of stuff. So, this is a massive upgrade switching from proof of work to proof of stake, and we are merging two different chains together later today. Okay, so basically we have one blockchain that everybody uses now. This is Ethereum. That if you've made a transaction on Ethereum in the past 24 hours, you're using the current version of Ethereum that uses proof of work, and we have the second version on this thing called the beacon chain. Off to the side, that's just staking. It's just staking chain, basically. You don't really do anything with it. And then right now, both these chains are live. We're going to merge the two together to become one, and then we're going to swap out the engine to the car for Ethereum, sort of as it's driving down the road. And so this is a huge event because there's billions of dollars on both of these blockchains themselves, okay? So this is sort of like, hey, we've got to merge these two things together successfully, and there's going to be lots of eyeballs and attention on this, especially on Ether, the asset itself, surrounding the merge, because like I've been saying for weeks now on this stream, it's sort of like, building a rocket and putting humans in it, for the first time, and they're going to send it to space, and there's the rockets on there on the launch pad, and we're just kind of got our fingers crossed. We're like, hey, we sure hope this thing works. All right, so it's more to it than that, right? It's not just blind hope. Like, me personally, I've got a high degree of confidence that the merge is going to go successfully without any major showstoppers or deal breakers, okay? So, full disclosure, there's always risks when you're talking about this type of massive technological upgrade, but, I have I'm betting on it going smoothly on the grand scheme of things. There can always be side effects. In fact, I anticipate side effects. I just don't anticipate the side effects being something that's going to be a deal breaker for the chain, tarnish its reputation or anything like that, or the actual cryptocurrency itself. Now, we could see the price of Ether go down after, could also go up. All right, we'll talk about that here maybe in a minute. So the first thing, let's talk about when exactly is the merge going to happen? So like we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna put these two blockchains together. So it's going to happen in about 13 hours from now at the time of doing this stream. So if you're watching this live, just add 13 hours to whatever, whatever time it is for you right now, okay? And that's when it's going to happen. So that's going to be about 5 a.m. UTC time on Thursday, September 15th. All right, so for the United States, I'll just do the calculations for the U.S. here. That's going to be about midnight if you're in Central Time, 1 a.m. If you're in Eastern Time, about 11 p.m. in Mountain Time, and about 10 p.m. in Pacific Time. So on this calendar day, if you're in, basically in Central Time or before, I guess midnight's not really the same calendar day, but you get it, right? Like basically 15 hours from now. So you can look up Bortle.wtf. That's the site that I'm using here. I'll put a link to it in the live chat replay. So if you're looking for this link, there you go. So that'll help you calculate. Let's see if Google has an accurate count. Let's just find it. So Google's got it down as 14 hours, 11 minutes. They probably run the calculations slightly differently. So I'll tell you what, I'll talk about the source of truth here, okay? So a lot of people have been wondering, hey, if I want to watch the merge in real time, live, like what can I do? Like how do what can I do? Well, I'll give you a couple resources here. There's going to be a merge live stream, okay? We talked about this briefly on my stream that I do here every day on the channel. We kind of thought about, should we do a merge live stream? I was thinking, hey, I don't really want to reinvent the wheel on that one, especially since it's going to be such a strange time outside of our normal programming here. And so I figured the best thing for me to do would be promote a different live stream, okay? So this is the merge viewing party, all right? That's going to be put on by the Ethereum Foundation, okay? So I would rather just promote that one than try to reinvent the wheel and do my own here. So I'll put a link to this in the live chat replay as well if you want to get access to that. Basically, it's going to be this merge viewing party that starts in 11 hours from now. So if you really want the source of truth on exactly when the merge is going to happen in real time, and you do want to watch it with other people, just show up to this live stream, and there's going to be people who really know what they're talking about here who will be able to be like, hey, okay, we think it's going to be in X minutes from now or X hours from now, and you'll get those real-time updates. You'll also get clarification on exactly what's going to happen. You're going to watch it happen, with people who are responsible for executing this type of thing, okay? So you will have expert guidance in that regard. So let's look at a couple other things. Like, a lot of people are going to say, like, okay, how do we know the merge happened? Okay, how can we actually monitor the progress and verify that ourselves, aside from just listening to the, Ethereum developers talk about it? Well, the biggest thing that you want to watch out for is for network finalization, okay? So, first of all, when does the merge happen? Again, it's based upon the mining difficulty. So if you go to this website, like I was talking about before, basically there's this thing called a terminal difficulty. Ethereum has mining right now, and the difficulty is the difficulty it takes to mine new blocks, solve those cryptographic puzzles, okay? And the network difficulty is going to go up, and once it crosses a certain threshold of this number right here, then basically that's when the switch is going to get made, because the software upgrade for the merge has already been shipped. That was the Bellatrix upgrade that happened, I believe, last week, okay? And all it did, it basically shipped the ability to run the merge, and then also shipped this number right here, this setting that says, hey, once the network reaches this difficulty, then, perform the merge, essentially, okay? And, this is implemented among many different clients, okay? And then basically they're all going to have to, like, flip on and do the merge. So that's when it'll actually be triggered, but there's going to be this delay from that time and the time that it'll actually be sort of like final, and we will have successfully flipped the switch, and we will actually be running proof of stake. Okay, so that's got to do the finalization, and once finalization has really taken place, that's when you'll know that the merge, was truly successful. Okay, so there's going to be a slight delay from the time that it actually turns on to the time that it, we can verify that finality was reached. Okay. So it's going to be about 15 to 20 minutes. So basically, we have the participation rate, which is basically the participation rate of people who are running the network, will be an indicator of the successful merge. Okay, basically, let's talk about 48 different clients, and we want to see that the different validators in the network have a high participation rate. We watched this during the test networks and everything, and yeah, we want to make sure the participation rate is good, but finality is the real important part here. Is when the network collectively declares a block, okay, a checkpoint in time in which it will never be reverted. So this will be the first proposed block that we say this is the first block of the new chain, okay? So we will never rewrite history before that point. So this, in other words, when the transaction will be written to new proof of stake ledger, becomes irreversible. Okay, this will be the first block of the new immutable public ledger that is, proof of stake Ethereum, or Ethereum 2.0 if you want to use the old terminology. So the point at which we pop the champagne is the point where we finalize the merge checkpoint, which will be somewhere around 13 to 15 minutes post-merge. So I might even inflate your expectations to be like 20 minutes or something like that. Just be safe here. So why so many minutes? Basically, network finality on the Ethereum beacon chain is reached after 2 epochs are confirmed by at least 2/3 of active validators. An epoch is a period of time, 6.4 minutes, divided into 12-second intervals or slots. And if you do the math, then that basically goes into this range. Again, I would probably add a couple more extra minutes just to temper your expectations a little bit, especially in case you're like watching a live stream on a delay or something like that, and then the time doesn't always check out. So if you watch like Beacon Chain, or Beacon Scan, they'll list those, and you can check that out. So, anyways, that is when you'll know that it was actually successful. I wouldn't use something like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko as a source of truth because that could be a pretty shoddy indicator. Sorry, my camera's like darkening. I'm not really sure why. So yeah, you definitely want to use that. Again, another sanity check will be tuning into that live stream from the Ethereum Foundation. I'll put it this way. Whenever they start popping the champagne, that's most likely when you've got a pretty good indication that you are in the clear, okay, for the actual Ethereum merge. So don't believe everything you see on like Twitter. Don't. There's going to be lots of, I'm sure, attempts to fade the merge and have some fake news and some reporting, or people would just freak out and start posting tweets that don't make any sense. You know what I mean? So definitely watch out for that. I would highly recommend tuning into that live stream if you're going to stay up and watch it. Okay, or if you're watching in Asia or like Australia or something, you're not going to stay up necessarily. Might just be in your normal time zone. But if you're in the U.S. or something, you're going to stay up, then I would definitely check that out. So another thing is, I saw a dashboard for monitoring the merge that you could also watch as well. Okay. Let me just find it here. Yeah, let's see if this works. So here's a command center for the merge. Let's see if I can find the link. This is pretty cool. So basically it's watching all of the different sort of stats that you might want to monitor for the merge. You've got the epic, the finalized epic, the justified epic, previous epic, active validators, the last process slot. Okay, let me see if I can find the link to this. I saw the image floating around, but I'm not sure he actually made it public. You can go follow Terrence on Twitter and bug him and see if he has actually made that public. Let's just see here. Maybe it's with Prism. I'm not sure to tell you the truth. So maybe go bug him on Twitter and see where that see where that dashboard is. Who simply wants to go home. So, anyways, another, there's a lot of eyeballs on the merge right now. It's pretty significant, okay? Like I was showing you before. I mean, we even have a Google, countdown timer for the Ethereum merge. Let me just pull up my thing here. So, I mean, like if you type in Ethereum merge on Google, it's got a countdown timer for this. You got the two panda bears who are been moving closer and closer by the day. That's the whole meme for the merge. You got the black panda and the white panda, and they're going to merge together and create a panda bear. Or I guess I'm not sure if they're actually pandas. Maybe they're just bears and they become a panda bear. But, yes, I mean, it's been on the Google's, search engine results if you type in that. Also, we're seeing stuff like the merge pop up in, Time magazine, a lot of major news outlets, okay, why the Ethereum merge matters, okay. There's a piece that came out, I believe it was yesterday, and it's got a pretty detailed explanation of what the merge is and what the, side effects are, like potential positive effects. Of course, talk about energy reduction from proof of stake. They talk about, the risks, of course. They talk about, I've seen some articles like talking about the monetary policy implications of the merge. Okay, so this is a big deal. There's a lot of eyeballs out in this. It's not just a crypto bubble thing. Now, of course, the crypto bubble is going to care about it a lot more than your average Joe on the street. Most, 9 out of 10 people on the street tomorrow, if you ask them if they even know what Ethereum merge is, or if they how their life has tangibly changed after Ethereum merge, most people are going to say, you're crazy. I don't even know what you're talking about. So, but we do have some pretty big coverage from this across major news outlets as well. So, let's talk about the side effects of the merge, like they were talking about here. Again, of course, there are technical risks associated with this, but the thing I'm most excited about the merge over the long term, not the only thing, right, but one of the biggest things is definitely going to be the deflationary aspect of Ether, the asset itself, on the long time frame, okay? So basically, camera's doing this thing again, I'm not sure why. Whenever we do the merge, basically we're going to undergo the triple halving, which basically means that ETH is going to start reducing over 90% less ETH from the blockchain every single day than it was before. So basically, the whole idea is whenever, basically, new ETH, every single day right now, new ETH hits the market, right? Like the ETH is an inflationary asset. There's, I always can't remember what the ETH supply is off the top of my head. We could pull it up on website CoinGecko. But whatever it is, right? Like we add new ETH every single day. All right, but now, ever since last year, we're also burning ETH every single day, okay? Because whenever you create transactions, then, part of your fee gets burnt. It gets erased from the network, okay? And now, right now, we are burning some of those fees, and it's offsetting the issuance. It's just reducing the amount of new ETH that's hitting the blockchain every single day, okay? So after the merge, we're going to undergo the triple halving. So ETH is about, without factoring in the burn, about 4% inflationary every single year. So we're issuing about 4% of ETH supply every single year. It's a fixed number. That will go down over time. But then that's going to get cut in half to 2%, cut in half again to 1%, and cut in half again, it's the triple halving, to 0.5%. And then when you factor in the fee burn on top of that, that's what's going to make it go negative over long periods of time, okay, clarification, assuming that we have sustained network activity on large periods of time. Now, on a block-by-block basis, it may not be deflationary, okay? On, even a week or monthly basis, assuming we have the same, network demand that we've had over the past, couple weeks, it's not necessarily going to be deflationary because, the space has been quieter. But, I mean, I'm making a pretty massive bet that the network activity will pick up, okay, to where over long periods of time it'll be deflationary. Because think about it this way. You can see on a website like Ultrasound Money here, okay, you can see like over past one day, we issued this much ETH and we burned this much ETH. So if you simulate the merge, it's not going to be deflationary, right? Over a long period of time, it would be slightly inflationary, like 0.1%. But if you do all, okay, it's minus 1.6%. So all that you need is basically 1 week of frothy activity to offset, a couple days of activity like this. Or said another way, if you amortize, the issuance across long periods of time with volatile activity, you're probably going to have a deflationary asset. Okay, so not only that's what I'm banking on for ETH. Now, what's that going to do to the price of ETH in the short term? It's really hard to say. There's going to be lots of people who are essentially doing the merge trade. It's buy the rumor, sell the news. But honestly, there's lots of thoughts that this was the merge trade, that everybody was trying to front run the sellers basically a month before the merge happened, and that's already played out. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Do we still have time to pump before the merge? Are we going to see a massive dump after the merge? I think it's, I think it's not going to surprise me if we see a price correction after the merge or just right before it. Okay, so now here, understand this. That's not necessarily an indication of whether the actual merge was successful or not. Okay, so don't use the crypto price as an indication whether the merge is successful, because it's going to be really hard to interpret that. That's why you want to use those technical sources of truth, all right, that I mentioned earlier before in this video. But, over the long term, I anticipate this to have a positive impact on the Ethereum price, because ultimately the price is a function of supply and demand. And, there's also more reasons you want to hold ETH after the merge because of staking, okay? Especially with bigger players, ETH is a very blue chip asset. It's got a high probability that it's going to, reach its previous all-time high and beyond, okay? I'm still personally a believer in $10,000 ETH, and if that's true, then you've got many X's from here to get to that point on an asset that has a long, strong history in the crypto space, that has a ton of potential for becoming the dominant smart contract platform, global settlement layer, all that type of stuff, and then it's going to have native yield in the network. Okay, so, and it's also going to be green, which is prohibiting lots of people from, especially institutions, actually putting it, on their balance sheets. So, lots of more reasons why you want to hold it, and then it's going to become more scarce after the merge as well. So, not to mention the fact that there's so many people who think that the ETH price is going to dump because all the stakers are going to take their ETH out of their nodes and dump it on the market. Okay, because the Beacon chain right now, if you've deposited to the Beacon chain, let's say you deposited when it went live in December of 2020, I think it was December, it's either December or November, at the end of 2020, regardless. You can't get your ETH back until after the merge. Now, a lot of people think that, and if you deposit at any point between the end of 2020 and now to the Beacon chain to run a validator, you can't get your ETH back till after the merge. Now, here's the other thing, that you're not going to be able to get it back like tomorrow either. It's still going to be locked up in there. It's going to be locked and illiquid for an undetermined amount of time, okay, until the post-merge cleanup happens, which is most likely going to be many, 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 many months, okay? So here's the other thing you have to understand is ETH issuance is basically going to be zero during that time, because, people are validating transactions with validators. They've locked their ETH into their nodes. Of course, they're getting paid to do that, but they can't withdraw it, okay? So, we are going to be burning ETH during that period as well. And you're not going to have people just dumping their ETH on the market. It's not going to work, right? It's impossible. Not to mention the fact that the typical mining behavior is to dump your ETH in order to pay for your mining rigs. Again, not everybody does that, but a vast majority do. We can see that in the data, okay? And that sell pressure is going to go away. So that's not going to exist after the merge. So I'm just sort of sitting back with popcorn, waiting to see what happens over the coming months. Again, I think it's very possible in the cards that sort of causes some organic increase in the price of Ether itself. Okay. And that could be a big catalyst for crypto prices trending higher, altogether. Okay. Now, I know the macro backdrop is a pretty significant factor in the crypto prices in general right now. So I don't want to get too excited because of that and the uncertainty that lies ahead. But, at the end of the day, like, this is something that's kind of flying under the radar that I don't think enough people realize the implications of. Again, I'm not trying to make short-term trades in Ether itself. Okay. I'm more thinking about the long term, and, the long-term impact of the merge is pretty significant. All right, so I'm not really sure why this camera keeps flaking out on me here. But yeah, the long-term impact of that's pretty significant. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Are you going to attend the merge live stream? Are you going to watch it? Are you going to stay up to watch it? Are you going to... is it already in a workable time zone for you? Somebody says, isn't the merge happening on the 15th? Well, it depends on where you live. So the 15th is tomorrow for some people. It's today for a lot of people in the United States, which is where I'm broadcasting from. Nathaniel says, staying a staker is going to dump all their ETH on the market is like thinking that a miner would sell the entire mining rig collection every month. So if you want the source of truth, if today is ambiguous and you're not really sure what today is, you can use this website, bortle.wtf. I'll put this in the link in the live chat here, as sort of your good calculator to estimate when the merge is going to happen. I'm not really sure why this camera keeps doing that. I'm trying to fix this thing, and it keeps doing it on me. This will help you estimate when it's going to be in your time zone. Okay, so 13 hours and 21 minutes. Okay, this is 15:05 UTC time, which you can use your UTC offset if you know what that is, or you can just look up, you just get on Google and say, what is this time in my time zone? And then also the merge live stream, like I was talking about before. Again, I'll drop this in the live chat replay. This is going to be the merge live stream from the Ethereum Foundation. Okay. Definitely go check this out if you want to watch it live with the experts. Okay. Because if there's any ambiguity on when the merge is actually taking place and if it was finalized, then, show up here at least an hour before you think the merge is going to happen, and this will help clarify things for you. Again, I don't want to reinvent the wheel and do my own merge live stream. I'd rather just promote the Ethereum Foundation one. Somebody says, imagine if they delayed the merge now. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. That's funny, but it's definitely not gonna happen. They've already shipped the upgrade. It just hasn't gone off yet. There's a lot of people out there that are still like in denial, saying the merge is never gonna happen. It's like, well, assuming that things go smoothly, which I anticipate that. And I say smoothly, I mean no deal breakers. That will be provably false, tomorrow, basically. Merge is ETH's best album. Flat mergers really exist. It's funny. Can you mine ETH tomorrow? You can mine it on Ethereum Classic. You can mine it on the ETH proof of work fork, assuming that it actually pops up and is working. All right, everybody. That's all I got for today. Again, the merge is just, let me pull it up on my screen here. The merge is 13 hours away from now. At the time I record this video, time to do this live stream. So, again, go check this out. It's Bortle.wtf. You can see in the live stream chat replay. Just scroll through. I've posted this link several times to help count down when the merge is going to happen. Again, you can go check out that live stream from the Ethereum Foundation on the merge to find out about it, like when's it going to happen. Get an actual update, in real time and watch, celebrate with the experts. Whenever they start popping the champagne, that's when you know that it actually went off. You can also track the finality of those new blocks, which there'll be a little bit of a delay after the merge actually takes place before we have a good feeling that we're out of the woods and that the migration was successful. So again, this is a historic day for Ethereum. It's a historic day for all the crypto space. My bet is that it is going to go relatively smoothly with no, deal breakers, showstoppers, but there's always risk with these types of things because it's such a massive technical feat to accomplish. So that's all I got for today. Whenever we show up tomorrow, we'll be merged. All right. So, smash that like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. That really helps these videos out so the more people can learn about blockchain. And if you're as fascinated with this technology as I am, you want to get your hands dirty, how can you get started today? Get on my YouTube homepage. You can find those free courses there. They're like me courses, but they're totally free. And if you like those, you went to the next step, or hey, maybe you're taking a master shortcut entirely, I can show a master blockchain step-by-step start to finish over at dappuniversity.com/bootcamp. All right. You have to be an expert to get started now and help people with zero coding experience become real-world blockchain developers in a matter of months. So that's all I've got. And until next time, thanks.